Good afternoon, my fellow American citizens. I'm speaking to you today with very important and urgent information, and a very crucial decision for the benefit of the American people. As many of you are aware, there was a recent attack from Iranian terrorists on the United States Embassy in Iran. This is not just an attack on the embassy, but an attack on the American people, and on our entire great nation as a whole. We have had American forces in Iran since the conflicts between Iran and Iraq in 1979, and this American involvement in Iran is what provoked these attacks on the United States Embassy located there. I know you all can realize that these attacks have increased tensions between our great nation and Iran, and this is seen in a speech by Iran's Joint Chiefs of Staff, as they vowed to take harsher revenge on the United States in the event of any retaliation for these attacks that were being performed. I'm not saying this to scare you, but instead to inform everyone on the perspective of the opposing side of this conflict. Additionally, many Iranian protesters are upset over United States involvement in Iran, and it is clear that many Iranian military leaders pose a major threat to the lives of the American people located there. This is a very urgent issue, which is why I'm speaking to all of you about it today. Throughout history, we have been able to use our great military power for good in order to help less developed or less powerful nations escape the treachery of terrorist nations and attacks. However, there comes a time when we must take a step back and evaluate the impact that this involvement has on the American people itself. As the President of the United States, it is my duty to ensure that the American people are safe above everything else, and it is evident that the American people inside of Iran are not in fact safe, but instead a promoter for Iranian violence and aggression. Therefore, I feel there is no other choice for me to make other than to remove all American people from Iran that are stationed there and distance our nation from the conflicts that are occurring. Over 5,000 American lives have been lost in the Middle East due to conflicts with Iran, and it seems that if I were to leave these American troops that we have stationed there, where they are, this number would only grow. Distancing ourselves from these conflicts happening in the Middle East will not only save American lives who are directly fighting there, but also the countless lives that would potentially be lost if Iran was to declare war on the United States for their involvement in the country. Removing our troops from Iran is the best decision for the United States as a nation, even though it may have negative impacts on nations being attacked by Iran, as they will now have greatly less protection that we used to provide from any attacks that could occur. Much like in Vietnam in 1979, the amount of American lives that may be lost greatly outweighs the help that we could be providing to other nations. I do not want the same unfortunate circumstances that happened in Vietnam to also happen here in Iran. Too many lives were lost before we finally pulled our troops from Vietnam. So for the conflicts in Iran, I have decided that distancing ourselves from Iran immediately is the best option for the well-being of every American citizen. The American people come first, and they must be protected, regardless of the impact this choice may have on other nations that had additional security while we were involved in Iran. I can ensure at this moment that you all are safe, and I am doing everything I can to protect the lives of each and every citizen in our great nation. Thank you.